having flown on 5 space shuttle missions, as Nick mentioned. It all started back when I was this little guy here, about 5 years old. And you can see I had stars in my eyes, and you might even be able to see the ambition that I had in my eyes as well. My father actually worked on the Apollo program when I was very young, so I had model rockets and posters on the wall, and I wanted to be the very first to set boot prints down on Mars. It didn't quite work out that way for my personal career, but I see a lot of young people here today, and it actually could come true for you. We're actually setting the stage to send crews to Mars and places beyond. And in fact, you'll see some rockets here, the early test vehicles that are helping us prepare those incredible voyages in the future. So, if you work really, really hard in school, if it's your passion, it might be something that you could do in your life. So, I'm really excited for what might happen in the next 10 or 20 years. So these are obviously the 5 most beautiful space shuttle patches ever designed. And I say that not only because my name is on every single one of them, but because I got to fly on these missions. And it really is extraordinary to come together with a group of wonderful people and not just design a patch, but to go on a mission with these wonderful people. And the folks that you see here, these international crews, are not the only people that are part of this mission. It's an incredible team sport going into space. In fact, there are thousands of people behind each one of us, including an incredible army of brilliant folks here at the Kennedy Space Center that would prepare our space shuttles, prepare the payloads, prepare the crews, to make it safe to go up into space, to conduct the science that we needed to do, and then to bring us safely back to Earth. And so that's really the reason I have such a sweet spot in my heart for the Kennedy Space Center. But these are the wonderful crews that I flew with. I wish I had time this morning to spend describing each of these missions, but all of them were quite extraordinary. They range from looking at the ozone layer, the Earth's sunglasses, if you will, to going to the Russian space station and doing the very first U.S.-Russian spacewalk. I led with Russian cosmonaut Vladimir Titov. And then flying with my boyhood hero here. This is Senator John Glenn. Maybe you guys have heard that name before. He was the very first American to orbit the Earth, and I was assigned as his personal physician, which is kind of a stressful job. As you might imagine, if something happened to John, I might as well not come back home. He was like up in the pillars of one of the greatest Americans of our time, and unfortunately we just lost him in December of last year. But I feel so fortunate to have had a small bit in his life and to have known him as not only a colleague but as a friend. Great American, and he lived to age 95, and his mind was sharp as a tack into the very last day. And then I did a set of spacewalks with Canadian astronaut Chris Hadfield here. The mission that we'll spend most time, I think our laser's about to die on us here, but is the mission here in the center called STS-120 to the International Space Station. So a lot of our time as astronauts is not spent in space. In fact, most of our lives are spent on the ground, either supporting other crews getting ready for their flights or training for flight. And a lot of our training actually takes place here at the Kennedy Space Center, including, you see Pam up on the upper left photograph there. She's our commander on STS-120. She became only the second female to command a space shuttle mission. A wonderful pilot.